Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. I am back with more of my unpopular thoughts, and this video many of you guys may have already seen. It's a little old, but I wanted to chime in with my opinion. And this video is of Porsche Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I think it was. And so on this video, what she's talking about is how successful women that, you know, build businesses and companies and things like that, they carry goddess energy and so forth and so on. And those women they tend to attract jealous men, okay? Men that are jealous, men that are vengeful, men that just hate to see a successful woman coming. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch this clip, okay? I got this clip off of TikTok. So we're going to watch this short clip, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this clip. Let's go ahead and watch Miss Porsche.
Has a certain power or has a certain goddess energy. There are some men that get with us and they want to tear us down. So we honestly all have to be careful. All of us women who are upward, you know, we have businesses, we have things, we have to be careful, because even though you would think, oh, men are just falling on our feet, they actually get with us and they hate on us. They get with us and want to conquer us, want to tear us down. So we have to be very vigilant. We have to pray for a certain level of discernment when we date, because when men come around, you have to be able to feel his spirit and not what he's saying, because baby, they will run your ass through a tornado and you won't know what happened. Men has a certain power or has a certain goddess energy.
Okay, so let's start off by saying, okay, I'm gonna give a trigger warning, because I know a lot of the things that I'm going to say is going to offend a lot of women, and it's okay, right? I'm just the woman to do that, right? I stand strong behind my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs, right? They're mine. Okay, but let's go ahead and jump into this. First of all, Miss Porsche, let me start off by saying, just because you are a woman that's capable, right, of making six figures or better, okay, you're a woman that's able to build a business from the ground up, okay, just because you're a woman that has a BBL, just because you're a woman that's so-called a star, just because you're a woman that's maybe rich, right, all of those things and more that you can think of, Miss Porsche, those things, first of all, do not make you no goddess, okay? That does not necessarily mean that you are automatically operating under goddess energy. Let's just start there, because I think oftentimes in today's society, we have this tendency to connect, to coalesce in things that don't necessarily go together at all, right? And the very fact that you are using, you know, the fact that, you know, women, you know, you have businesses and you build brands and you may be on some daytime, you know, TV show or something, that you're automatically a goddess, that you're automatically operating in this very on this very high frequency, in this high energy. I'm saying I'm here to call BS, okay? BS. Let's call a thing a thing. That's not necessarily true. You're saying that most women that are successful, that have built businesses and built brands, that they attract. Now, this is what she said. Most of those women attract jealous, hateful men. Now, what I'm saying is, and then in the comments of most of these reposts on TikTok, the women are eating it up, okay? Most of the women are in agreement with Miss Porsche. So I just want to say this. In the law of, according to the law of attraction, the law of the universe, we attract who the hell we are. So women, all the women that, yeah, boy, you right. First of all, go somewhere and heal, okay? It's easy to sit around and regurgitate and spew all of these high vibrational words and walk around gutter snipe, okay? Gutter rat-ish. That's what I see oftentimes, okay? So again, it's easy to talk a good game. Y'all need to go heal, because if those are the men that you are attracting, I guarantee you not healed. It's something within you that's attracting those kind of men. So Porsche, I would dare you, I challenge you to go do the work, okay? And really do some introspection, okay? Go in within and see who you are as a woman. See who you've been jealous of lately. See who you've been hating on recently, okay? You ladies go do the work before you just go pointing the finger at a man. And I'd like to also state that during this whole feminist, well, the beginning, the onset of this whole feminist movement, it actually came from a jealous woman. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Let's be honest, most women, okay, are the most jealous, vengeful, hateful, conniving, manipulative, deceitful species on this planet. It's gonna hurt, but let's keep it real. How many girl circles we done been in and sisters hating just cause. Okay, don't let nobody be light-skinned, pretty hair. Oh my God, pretty eyes. Oh, she is a done deal. She don't stand a chance. Let's keep it real, right? So women have been known throughout history to be some of the most jealous species. Okay, now fast forward back to this feminist movement. It originated from some woman mad and hating on her husband, mad because her husband out making six figures, mad because her husband is the leader, mad because her husband have masculine energy. Okay, so let's keep it real about where this so-called, jealousy originated. And I'm not saying that some men aren't jealous, okay? But those aren't men. Those are some boys. They still operating in their adolescent and their puberty energy, okay? They age may say man age and grown or adult, but they still operating in some kind of puberty, very immature energy, okay? So I'm not saying that men don't be jealous, okay, of their women's success. That it happens. It does. But for you to say that majority, and then for me to get in the comments and majority of all the women are in agreement with this, I'm saying we're going to need to call a thing, and we're going to really need to evaluate who we say we are. Okay, because Machiavelli said everybody can see who you appear to be, but few will ever know who you really are. So let's really get into the mirror and see who we know, get to know ourselves, okay? Because you are attracting who you are. So I just wanted to kind of chime in on that and throw that out there. Again, I know I'm offend some women, but I challenge women to get back into their feminine energy. Let's get back into our natural energy, women, so that we can heal the world, right? The world is sick. This world is in a state of illness, a state of emergency. And who are the healers? Who are the nurturers? It's the women. But unfortunately, the women have now moved into the opposite energy, right? The energy of masculinity. So we're running around here trying to be protectors and trying to be providers and trying to build billion-dollar businesses, trying to be the president and doing everything aside for what we should be doing. And so in my opinion, I feel like women are, we have a great deal to do with this jacked up world that we living in, because many women are not operating in their correct energy. And again, it doesn't matter about the level of education you have. It doesn't matter that you go to church every Sunday. It doesn't matter how many dollars you got in your bank account. It doesn't matter how much Gucci, how much name brand you wear. None of those things are necessarily connected to a woman operating in her highest energy, okay? Doesn't matter how big your booty is. how good your cootie is. None of that has anything necessarily, okay? Because I'm not saying you can't have good stuff and you be, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure you good from the inside out. There's nothing wrong with being beautiful. There's nothing wrong with having, you know, a business, you know what I'm saying, or building a business. But I just feel like we need to understand and get back to what's important. And what's important first and foremost is us being in our feminine energy. We want to think we leaders. Okay, we are. God has called us to lead our men back to the forefront. How do we do that? By healing them. How do we heal them? By pouring into them, by loving them, by submitting to them, right? That's not saying you got to be an idiot. Okay, because first of all, when you are, again, in your correct energy, you are a divine queen. Well, not queen, because I don't like to use that, but you're a divine goddess. And when you're a divine goddess, you're going to attract what? A divine masculine. That just goes without saying. When you are truly in that energy. We're not talking about when you have this mask on of being a divine feminine, of acting like you healed. Okay, you can trick me, you could trick each other. We can't trick God. We can't trick the universe. You can't trick energy, boo. So at the end of the day, Miss Portia, I mean no harm to you or any of the six-figure women and women that so-called got their thing going on. You can't trick divine. This is why you continue to run into those men that's jealous, that's hating. Because guess what? God, spirit, energy, divine, whatever you relate to, they know the truth. You can put that mask on and present whatever to me. This is why your energy is attracting like energy. Okay, y'all, thank y'all so much for chiming in. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, I'd like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know why not. Okay, but I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to this channel. I don't think personally that you're going to regret it at all. I thank you all again for watching. Thank you all so much, and I will definitely be back with more of my unpopular thoughts.